What is up, everybody, and welcome back to episode 29 of Hell's Newsletter. I told you I'd get the episode numbers right eventually.
That's right, motherfuckers. We're on top of this shit now.
Exactly.
So,
we now know what we're doing.
We totally didn't take an hour to decide what we're doing today. All right.
Yeah, no. I would like to state
Totally
it's now.
not.
It's what time is it? 3 something p.m. for me.
Hang on.
It's 3:20 p.m. We started this shit at 2:10. We started this shit at 2:10 my time. It's 3:20. But yes, we're here today. We're on a new map made by Lucifer Morningstar called Hotel Morningstar, and it is an absolute vibe of a map. I love it.
Hey, Lucy. Sorry, not Lucy. Lucifer. Let me in on a little secret. How the fuck did you do the reflections on that water? Cause that looks really, really good.
It's beautiful. Like, y'all can't see what we're talking about, but it's beautiful.
Yeah, I got y'all.
But yeah, no, if y'all play VR chat, yeah, Oof's gonna take a photo that'll be in the thing. But if y'all play VR chat, go check out the map Hotel Morningstar. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah, here I'll get a nice little
Close
picture
up
of the
view.
room. But yeah, today, guys. All right, today we are going to be. We discussed it before previously on the podcast, right?
Yes, we have mentioned this in a few different episodes.
And in a couple segments here and there, but we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty. All right, Lucy, how the fuck did you get on the internet?
All right, yes. I'm gonna preface this a little bit. What we are gonna be discussing is not only how we started in content creation, but how we started on the internet in general. And
Yeah.
let me just start by saying, my days on the internet date back to 2011 when I used to play Minecraft on my family's computer.
Right.
Now this is when I first got the game. So I did not have my own PC for a long time. But back in 2011, my dad had this desktop computer, right? So to preface this, we had this really old shitty TV in our front living room. And there was a computer hooked up to the bottom of that. And, whenever someone wanted to use it, they would go get a keyboard, plug it in, and they'd put a table in front of this really shitty, like, early 2000 era TV.
Right.
It was the funniest thing. But I used to do that, to play Minecraft. So I'd play it in the middle of my living room, like 5 feet from the TV with a wired keyboard. And a wired mouse on this bootleg table that I moved in front of it. And I'll be honest, I used to do this as like a 5th grader at like 5 in the morning, or not like 3 in the morning. Like I'd be awake still, and I'd walk out there. I'd sneak out there. My parents' bedroom is below the living room, so they sleep below it. So I'd have to be quiet, move a table, plug in a keyboard, everything, and play. The amount of times I got caught in trouble was so bad. They'd like walk up, see me on. They'd be like, "Get the fuck off, go the fuck to bed. You're not touching this thing for a month." And I'm like, all right, that's fair.
That's fair.
And I'd be kicked off the computer for a month, which is like, understandable. I was in 5th grade, up at 3 a.m. playing Minecraft. It's not what any parent really wants their 5th grader to be doing.
Yeah, probably not the best,
Not the best thing. I could have been doing worse things, but it's still not the best thing. But yeah, that was when I started on the internet, but I didn't really get into like my content creation online friend era until 2015. And
I was about to say, hang on. Back to the taking the computer away for a month. You had a computer taken away for staying up too late, bro. I was getting in trouble for when I was 5. All right. Well, let me roll you a quick.
Oh no, this is when I was 11. Right? This is when I was 11.
Okay. That's more understandable. I forget the years are different.
2011, I was 11.
Yeah, so when I was well then I guess this story is prevalent. What did I do when I was 11? I wasn't a little shit when I was 11.
Yeah, no. When I was 5, I was a little shit. I'll admit that. Like, who wasn't, to be honest?
Just a little preface that story I was about to mention. I threw a beer bottle at a crowd of people. Now you may be asking yourself, why the hell are you throwing beer bottles, a glass bottle, at people? Well, my friend, these are the same people that cut my bike tires.
Yeah, that's valid. I'd throw that.
decided to hurt their family.
You gotta
Because
do
I
what
want
you
you to
gotta
know
do.
their whole I'm talking mother, father, brother, sister, and his other little brother were all standing right there. And apparently 5-year-old me did not give a single fuck. Because I
Listen,
took a 32-ounce bottle and threw it at their feet.
listen, that's what you gotta do sometimes.
Ay, ay, ay.
Listen, I'll admit, 5-year-old me, I was a little shit. I was the guy who would like. I was the kid who would like, go dive into mud or something, and I would like chase people down.
Oh yeah.
I was
Now
that
you may
kid.
you may be asking yourself, did I get caught? The answer is no. Sort of. Okay. My mom found out an incident happened in which a bottle was thrown at children.
Oh boy.
And she asked me if I did it. And I said I'd been home the whole time. All right. So apparently I had been home that entire time making ramen noodles. So it wasn't me. Couldn't have been me. Totally didn't just outrun everyone. So yeah, here's your story.
Ramen noodles.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Nah, it's all good. But yeah, no, there were times I stayed up like for all that. But yeah, no, I got in trouble for it because like they wanted me to get sleep. They're like, hey, stop staying up every fucking night on Minecraft. And I was like, I have an internet addiction.
Yep.
No, I didn't actually have an addiction. I just really loved the online world. So it was. I think like the reason I fell in love with it was probably like just. And this is gonna sound really bad. The immense like power I felt playing it, because like it was the first time in my life where I could really like actually do what I wanted.
Well, you have control. Well,
that's what I meant. Like you had control. That's what I liked. That's what I liked.
Yeah.
Is like I had the ability to create anything I wanted, and it was just that freedom that I was like,
and just let your imagination run wild.
Yeah, and I fell in love with it. And then for 4 years I played on Minecraft, on like that front thing, until eventually my dad got tired of that PC and he got a new one for him and the family out front, and he asked me, did I want that old PC? Because otherwise he was going to trash it. And I said, fuck it, yeah, I'll take it. And that was around in 2014. So we moved the PC back into my room. And this time I was like end of middle school, early high school almost. So 2014, yeah, is when I got it back here, and that was like that was me in 8th grade. So yeah, I played like I was still playing Minecraft stuff, played some more games as well. But I got into modded Minecraft, and for those who remember this, not everyone will, but there was this thing called the Technic Launcher, which was basically Minecraft but for mod packs.
Oh, that still exists.
It does. I'm on it currently, and I started playing this mod pack called the Crafting Dead, which I actually recently just got back into in the last 2 days. And I played as like a nomad on that server. I never really had a base or a place to call home, but I just kind of screwed around. And then one day in 2015, I'd gotten home from school and I logged on. And this is the day that pretty much snowballed my life. I'm talking like this one choice to log on. The next 5 minutes from like me logging onto that server changed the entire course of my life in the matter of seconds. And it's insane to me. But I logged on. The last point I logged off was in this crater. The map was on Greenfield. For those who know that big Minecraft project, this was back in 2015. They'd taken a part of the map and they'd chosen to use it as like a destroyed thing. So they built like destroyed buildings, crashed planes and everything, and all this. But I logged off in this crater where like there was like some sort of explosion. It was a good hiding spot. So I log in and I start walking away. I'm like moving on to my next point, my next like looting space, to pretty much find a place to take over for the next like week or so while I held up base there. And almost immediately I start getting shot at. So I get shot a few times. There's bullets ricocheting off the walls next to me, and I end up running and hiding in a building. And I'm looking around for the players, like, so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna shoot back because otherwise I'm gonna get killed. Lo and behold, it's 2 guys, so it's a 2v1. So I'm shooting back, and then one of them ends up getting a pair of handcuffs on me, because in the mod there's handcuffs, and if you right click them on a player has both arms behind their back, they can no longer do anything. So I'm now sitting there with the 2 of them, unable to do anything. So they could have shot me at any point. But yeah, but their choice actually snowballed the course of my life. They didn't shoot me, actually. One of them wanted to. The other one told them to stop pretty much and was like, hey, let's see if they have Skype. So we did. They asked me if I had Skype, and I was like, yeah, I've got it. So they invited me to join their call, and then like that was that. And for the next like year and a half of my life, we played on that server from like 2015 all the way to 2016 or early 2017. Right. And we just ran that group for years. So we'd like, we'd move on. We built one of the biggest groups in the server through like, handcuffing players, asking if they had Skype. If they did, we'd recruit them. If they didn't, we'd gun them down on the spot while handcuffed.
Gun them down.
Yeah. I wish I was kidding. No, we'd handcuff them. We'd chat to them for a second, and then we'd be like, "Do you have Skype?" Someone would say yes. We'd be like, "What's your Skype?" We'd add them to our call. They join our group. If they said no, it's like, "All right, sorry," and then we just shoot them like a dog. Later.
Oh my god.
It was so bad. We'd shoot them like a dog, and we'd loot them immediately after if they didn't have Skype. But yeah, we ran one of the biggest groups in the server, and I'm like, the memories I have in it are insane. There was this old construction site on Greenfield where, like, the biggest player battles went down, so it'd be like my, 10-person group, and we'd be like waging war against the other groups in the server. With like snipers, we had ops, there was like full machine guns. Everyone would be like just fucking at war with each other. It was the best. And I miss that service so much. And I mean, if anybody from that server should ever come across this podcast, you may not recognize my current name. If you're part of my group, you may recognize my voice slightly, but my old username on that server, I believe at the time, was Slayer the Gamer, which is where the Slayer versus Gaming derivative came from, my original use of content. But yeah, if anybody from that server remembers me, yeah, Slayer, hi. I was one of the kind of technical leaders of a very big group on that server, and it was really awesome.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I remember almost everyone's names too.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It was a great time.
The funny thing is I never really got into Minecraft servers unless they were my own. Unless like one of my friends were hosting it or like I hosted it, stuff like
that's
that.
Fair.
Events that we've had and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Like even like the mass like build projects that I had back in the day. I was building a city, and I want you to know this city was.
I think I remember
measured
this.
It out. It had limits. It was, I believe, 4,000 blocks by 4,000.
Yeah, I think I remember this project.
And no, you weren't around for this one.
Was I not? Okay.
This was PlayStation 3 days.
Okay, so, no, I definitely don't remember this then.
Yeah,
someone mentioned the city to me at some point.
6th grade, so I can't put years together. I don't know, how old am I now?
6th grade would have been like 2012 era for you, I think.
Probably.
2013.
2013.
You're younger than me. Yeah,
so 2013.
Yeah, because I was 6th grade in 2012. You were 2013, yeah.
Yep. 2013.
Jesus Christ. I feel old as shit now.
See, the thing is we say this and we're sitting here like, oh, I feel old as shit. The thing is whenever I walk into work, Lucy,
yeah,
I am the youngest one. Not just, and now take this in, not just in the kitchen, in the entire section of the building. I will say I understand that because at my workplace, I am one of, if not, I think I'm like the 3rd youngest person in my entire store, and that's like a staff of 30, 40 plus people. Oh, okay, besides the food run, but they don't count. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, but like, I feel that, but at the same time, I mean, like, 2013 was a decade ago.
Don't make me think about that.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like, 2017, I was 16. That was 6 years ago. 2017 was 6 years ago. That's what's fucking... Like, I feel old as shit most days because I'm like... at this point, the pandemic has not felt real to me, so I'm like, for some reason, my mind's still stuck in like 2019, 2020. And I'm thinking, oh, 2017, 2018 wasn't that long ago. Nope. 5, 6 years.
Yeah, yeah. All these last 5 years have kind of just been mushed into one to me.
Literally, because it's
So
like
much shit has gone on. So
we've done jack shit. And I mean, it's like it's just one thing after another. So I haven't had the time to celebrate New Year's or even really think about the amount of time that's passed.
oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, where were you? Where were you at? You said 2011. Now we're at like what?
2017 now we're at.
2013, 2017. Okay, that's right.
Because
You were talking
because
about
Crafting
that
Dead
for,
was 2015 to 2017. It was about a 2-year span where I was on Skype and everything, doing all that.
Right.
And that was when I really met like my first internet friends and everything like that. And then from 2017, that's kind of when the server started dying out. Well, it'd been dying out for a bit before that. You know, people played it less. People didn't want to like be on it as much. And then eventually they shut down Greenfield. So Greenfield was where all the memories were made, but they shut down that section of the server and focused more on this other map they had called like Seaport and DC and Cardiff, and those maps. And those maps are still up today. That server's still running with those maps today, but I'm not a fan. I was never a fan of Seaport, Deep Sea, or Cardiff. Greenfield is really where I was at for like the heart of us. So once they killed off Greenfield, that's really when we all just kind of abandoned ship and ditched the server. And the group did fall apart. And I haven't talked to like a lot of that group in years. A lot of them I lost contact with because, you know, when I moved to Discord with some of the other people from that server, none of the others really wanted to switch.
Yeah.
But I did leave.
Yeah, I remember that.
I did log back into Skype, though, I will say. I did log back into Skype, and I left in my bio on Skype. I was like, hey, I've switched to Discord. If you want to get back in contact with me, this is my new Discord. And I update it every so often. I'll log back in. I'll be like, hey, this is my new numbers. Like, if you want to get in contact with me.
Yeah.
And I'll do stuff like that. But it's like, yeah, I remember a lot of that group still. They were all great people. I had some of my best days on the internet with them. But yeah. After that, I moved off of the, you know, the mod pack once they shut down Greenfield. It was kind of like I forgot about it. And I moved on. I went to other games. I started playing GTA more, other Minecraft servers and so forth. I did a bit more as a YouTuber. And then later that year in 2017, this was kind of another thing that altered my life a little bit after the Crafting Dead had snowballed it. And I mean,
right.
I will say, you know, I'm going to preface this. This is not somebody I endorse or support anymore. But in 2017, I went to this thing called Camp 17, which was run by 3 content creators. None of all, or actually one who I'm still okay with. The other 2 are just a no. They're not really good people. But I mean, you know, that's just kind of how content creation and the older creators in the internet goes at this point.
I forget who was all at Camp 17.
As in the creators?
I know one of them, obviously.
Yeah, it was Mini Lad, the pedo. And then there was Terrorizer, and basically I do work. But yeah, those 3 were running the camp, and I went to that, and that's where I met another internet friend of mine. I Might Be Blue. And that was another thing that kind of altered my things. So, like, you know, we tried to stay in contact with our whole cabin and everything. Blue and I stopped talking for a little while, but a year later we got back in contact, started talking more, and we lost contact with pretty much everybody else from that camp. Hope they're all doing well, though. If anybody remembers me, I don't remember the cabin I was in. I don't remember the cabin name we were in, but I was Graham.
Man, you know what's funny?
I was in the hangar cabin. I was in the hangar cabin. That was it.
You know what's funny? I think we actually talked about this on a podcast, but it wasn't this one. Strangely enough, I think we talked about this on the original podcast we tried to start.
The one with 8 people?
We had like 8 people. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. We did an episode of that, never uploaded it because it was chaos and bullshit.
No, we uploaded the first episode.
Did we? Is it still up?
Yeah, we uploaded the first episode. I don't
what was it called? I need to look at this.
Oh God, I don't remember that. If anyone was friends with us like 3 years ago, what was the podcast name?
It was a group of 8 people. There's one person we don't talk to anymore. I know that. Anyways, we're back. Shit, I did not realize that. Anyways, but yeah, That episode's probably up on the internet somewhere still. I need to go track that down now because I want to find it and just see how bad we were at podcasting, all 8 of us. We were horrible.
I want to listen to that episode. I want to know what we were talking about. I just remember at some point I
mentioned Camp 17. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I went to that. I met like some people there. If anybody remembers me, I don't remember the cabin name I was in. I was Graham. And there was that, and then also I was in the cabin with the hangers. And for those who don't know that story, this is the funniest thing. Throughout the week that we were there, me and my cabin mates kept finding like miscellaneous hangers around our cabin, and we found one and hung it off a light on the first day as a joke. But throughout the week, we kept finding more. We just hang a bunch, and it like by the end of the week, it was almost to the floor. By the end of the week, it was almost to the floor. I still have the video of the hangers. I will get it and I'll post a screenshot here, of like how long it was at the end. But yeah, no, at the very end of the week, we grabbed it off the thing and had dropped it on the floor. Yeah. And the worst part was we thought we had everybody in the cabin, but Blue was in the bathroom. So I took a video, we dropped it, and I still have that video. But then immediately after in the video, you can hear the door open, and then all of us just look over. You missed it! God damn it! And it's just the best thing ever because we thought we had everybody, but like, yeah, 'cause we saw him like a minute before the video or something like that. We thought we had everybody, but like at some point he walked into the bathroom and no one noticed, and we dropped it without him. Damn. I felt so bad. But yeah, that was another moment that kind of altered it, and that's what like really got me into like the new group I was in at that point. Because I met a bunch of new people in 2017, and that's when I kind of got introduced to a bunch of these other communities and so forth. Later that year, like a couple months after Camp 17, Mini Lad introduced his partner at the time, Sunny Day. Who she is still an awesome person. I still follow her on social and everything. I used to be in her streams a lot. Great person. Absolutely love her.
She might be coming back.
That is true. She mentions often on her socials she wants to come back. She's just like trying to get better internet and everything. And I mean, I hope she does. She was a great streamer.
I'll tell you later.
Okay. But, you know, she was a great streamer. I loved her streams, and she's actually she's actually who got me into streaming. I don't talk about it much, but the YouTubers I watch got me into YouTubing. But like what got me into streaming was I created an account. I used to hang out in her streams for a couple months after I learned who she was. And from January to April, I hung out in her streams. And in April of 2018, after watching her for a while, I launched my first stream in April 2018. Yeah. And just a mere 5 months later, I was or not 5 months, sorry, 6 months later, September, October, so 5-6 months later, I was affiliated. And I went to my second TwitchCon in 2018, which this is really funny. I'll be honest, despite going to the very first TwitchCon, I didn't know what Twitch was. This is a story for you. Yeah, so back when I was 15, I went to the very first TwitchCon in San Francisco. Reason being, my dad worked for Turtle Beach at the time.
That's right.
And his company was promoting at TwitchCon, and he had a couple extra passes. So he went to me and his sister, my aunt, and said, "You guys want to go to this new convention called TwitchCon?" And I was like, "Sure." I don't know what it is, but I have not been to a con before. This will be my first con. So I was like, "Fuck it, I want to go." So I did. I spent the day with my aunt there, and I went around and did a bunch of stuff. I loved it. Did not know what Twitch was at all. Still didn't know even after the con. No. Because it was more of a business thing than it really was like a gaming convention at that point.
I was about to say.
The very first TwitchCon was more of like a game. It was more of a business thing than an actual gaming thing at the very first thing. But I went to that, and then for 3 years, no idea what Twitch was. I had not heard of it still until Sunny Day. And then I heard about that. I went into streaming with her, after, she kind of inspired me to get into it. And then later that year, I went to PAX West, specifically in Seattle. And I did a live stream at that convention, which was cool. I did a stream walking around that convention center a little bit. And then a couple months after that, I went to TwitchCon in San Jose. So this time it wasn't in San Francisco. It was an hour and a half south. Now, apologies to my junior year high school teachers, but I did ditch school that day to go to the con. Or sorry, my senior year at that point. It would have been my senior year teachers. Yeah, no, because it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So me and my buddy got tickets. He went to do what he had to do on Friday, but funny enough, Friday I said fuck school, and I got on Caltrain early in the morning, took it an hour south to the con, and I went to the con alone the first day. But it's funny because I spent like a while in line because the lines were horribly managed that day.
Oh, of course.
And I spent an hour in line, but I got to know this group of people in front of me. And one of them actually ended up becoming a Twitch mod for a couple years for me, which was really funny. And I still know her. She's a great person. We don't talk nearly as often as we used to, but yeah, she was a lovely person. And then a year after that, like I kept streaming. No, she's not. But yeah, like a year after that, I kept streaming. I kept climbing in the content creation community. And then a year later, I went to TwitchCon 2019, which is in San Diego, which that was a vibe. I fucking loved that con. It was great. I had an amazing time. It was my first like out of city trip really, where I went like alone, I should say.
Alone.
Because when I went to PAX West in Seattle, I wasn't technically alone. I went with one of my IRL buddies from high school. We flew together. We stayed at my aunt's house together there, and everything. But this was like the first con where I didn't know anybody in the city. No one came with me, and I went. And I was actually staying away from home. Like, with San Jose, I took Caltrain down and back each day for the con.
Right.
So I still was at home. 2019 was like the first con where I dipped out completely, and it was my second like fully solo trip where I didn't know anybody. Camp 17 being my first. That was where I kind of just got on a plane, went to Chicago on my own, found the group, and went did all the shit. But yeah, this was like my first kind of thing where like I went and there was no supervision like at all. Like Camp 17, you had the camp counselors obviously, but like 2019 was my first.
You're on your own.
Yeah, no, yeah, 2019 TwitchCon was like my first trip where that was it. Didn't know anybody. I just fucked off down to like Southern California, and that was it. I knew nobody, and it was really funny because my family was kind of like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, I do." So I flew down to LA early on Wednesday, and I stayed with my cousin for that day. And then later that night, he took me to the airport, and that's when I met up with Maz, an internet friend of mine who I absolutely love. He's a great guy.
Oh yeah.
And him and I Thursday night went to a hotel together, and I stayed with him at the hotel, which was really funny because if you go to my vlog, you can see we made a joke in the hotel where it was like, "All right, now this is where somebody gets murdered." Because like we never met each other before. We were just two guys who had only known each other on the internet for maybe about 2 years at this point. Literally, yeah, 2 years at that point. We hadn't even talked for like I think 7 months out of those 2 years. And all of a sudden we were just in a hotel together. It was so funny. Internet friends are a wild thing. But yeah, no, that was that. Sure. And yeah, we went to the con the next day. We went down to San Diego. Got our badges Thursday, met up with Nani for the first time. And I also told a funny story about how I met Nani on the vlog, which was really funny, because Oof introduced me to Nani in 2018.
Yeah.
But the funny thing was, I met him before Oof even introduced me to him.
Did I?
Yeah, because we were all streaming, and you said, hold on, I need to go gift Nani some subs for Christmas. And me and I think it was Mystic with us. We said, fuck it, Christmas, and all gifted him subs.
No, it was Carter. Was
it Carter? It was Carter.
Remember? I think so.
It was somebody. There was a third. I don't remember who, but it was somebody.
Yeah.
But the three of us jumped into his stream, gifted him a bunch of subs. But I actually met him months before that at TwitchCon 2018.
Yeah.
And the funny story about this is the reason is, also, the shitty creator, I spotted Mindy Lad in 407 at TwitchCon 2018. And I wanted to go get a photo with both of them. I didn't talk to Minnie because I'd met him the year before at Camp 17, so I just didn't bother him. But I stopped by 407 and I was like, "Yo, what's up, man? Can I get a photo real quick?" And he was like, "Yeah." And the funniest thing is, 5 feet to my left, just out of frame of the photo, there's Nani standing there because he was talking to 407.
Yeah.
So that's the funny thing is, We were in VC, and we discovered that like a couple months after meeting each other officially, I think, because we were like, you look kind of familiar. Were you kind of 2018? And then I was like, yeah. And then I pieced it together. I was like, wait, were you talking to 407? And we were like, oh my god, that's why we fucking noted. That's why we recognized each other, because he was standing next to 407 when I popped into the conversation. Was like, can I get a photo?
Oh yeah.
And that was the funniest part.
How did I meet Nani?
But yeah, 2019 was that con. I met up with a bunch of people. Club, who's a mod in Sunny's community and a great friend of mine now. And I met with just a bunch of other people as well. And then, the pandemic happened, and I finally got to go to TwitchCon again last year. How about you? How did you get started on the internet?
Well,
because I took about 30 minutes of our time already.
No, I was about to say, I was keeping track of time. Don't worry.
Yeah.
All right. So my story is kind of complicated, right? Because at the beginning, for a while, I did not have internet. I was broke, and I would jump from house to house, right? So I didn't really have like the stable internet to play with people until about fourth grade. Fourth grade, I still didn't have internet. About end of third grade, I still didn't have internet. Well, I still had shitty internet, but this time I had a PlayStation 3. Okay, now this PlayStation 3 was not. Yeah, this PlayStation 3 was not mine. This was my boyfriend at the time, right? Eventually, I just sat there, nights long. I watched him play Black Ops 1.
Yeah.
When it came out, right? And eventually, I bugged him enough that he handed me the second controller, right? And I started playing split screen.
There you go.
Oh, God. The thing is I have about 3 video clips in my head. I'm one of those people, by the way. I don't know. I've always wanted to ask you this question, too.
Yes.
How does your mind work? And what I mean by that is, do you think when you think of something, right? Can you picture it in your mind? Can you literally make the 3D object in your head? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Reason being is like anytime I remember something, I can remember it like a video playback in my head.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so yeah, you have the same type of mind I have. I can't remember what it's called, but there are like 3 different types of minds. You can hear. There are minds that see with full video, full color, everything, pictures you can hear in your mind, all that. Did you know that there are people that can't do that? That don't do that. They just
I did not,
thoughts.
But I hate that.
Just have thoughts. There's no pictures. It's just words.
I hate that.
I hate that too. But yeah,
like I can just do videos or pictures in my head. That's about it.
Oh, I did. I can make my brain to explain. The easiest way I explain it to people is my brain is a working Blender software. I can literally generate anything I want.
That's fair. I mean, I can do that. It's just like if I want to think about and remember every detail of something, it has to be something I've experienced. But I can do very shitty renders and stuff in my head of memories that I haven't had. So if I want to think of a fight scene, for example, I can create one in my head, but if I'm not thinking about a specific aspect, it doesn't exist.
Right.
So say there's 3 people in the scene. Yeah, let's just say there's 3 people in whatever made up thing I'm thinking about. But if I'm fighting one of them, that other person does not exist all of a sudden to me because I'm not thinking about them. But if it was an actual fight I had experienced in person, I'm thinking of that other person because they were there, so I can see them still, even if my attention's focused on the one.
Exactly. So, 3rd grade for me, probably 2009 at this point, right? That sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
You all right over there?
Yeah. Someone could probably see it on the fucking video, but I was I made some fists. My character was bah, 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 doing that.
Oh, did you touch
I didn't do that, no. But when I pulled my left hand back, the circuit part of my controller clipped my thumb and dragged it back and pulled my hand around. So I just fucking
Dude, as someone with a broken finger right now, don't say that. Don't say that. As a healing broken finger, and don't say that.
Yeah, no, I just did that. So, ow. Okay. But yeah.
All right there, buddy.
I'm good. Yeah. Hey, listen, I tested negative for COVID. I left my house yesterday for the first time in 9 days. I'm vibing.
Let's go. We love to hear it.
Fuck yeah.
But back to the split screen. So I played split screen for a bit, and then eventually he got tired of me playing split screen. So and he wasn't on it that often. So he let me use it. Right. I created my own account. On the
Wait,
account.
who is this again?
Like if you have, this is my mother's boyfriend.
Okay.
That owns a PlayStation, right? And a funny story about this. My username on the account on the PlayStation was called Ashtray, because when I tried to put my name in, that's what it corrected to. When I tried to put my name, that's what it did, and I went, you know what? Fuck it.
My name is Ashtray.
Fuck it. That is what it is, and that is when I first created my first ever account, and that is the origin of Minecraft NJU.
That's fair. Right. I will say my very first name is very uncreative on the internet, because it wasn't Slayer like many people would guess. This is a very little known fact about me. I think maybe 3 people know this in my community in total. My very first name on the internet was my first dog's name. So my first dog was a golden retriever named Dakota, and he used to sleep, like when I was a baby, he would sleep under my crib and so forth. Right. And you know, like as I grew up, he kept staying in my room and everything. He was very attached to me for some reason. There's actually a photo of me on my fridge where where he had managed to get when I was a baby, he got my binky out of my mouth somehow and had it in his.
Nice.
And I don't know how. I don't even remember this. I just know the image exists.
Just don't worry about that.
yeah, no, it's a thing. But yeah, that happened. But my very first name was my dog's name, so it was Dakota, and then I repeated my my lucky number 4 times. So my very first name on the internet was Dakota 6666.
666. Of course it was.
No, it wasn't 3. It was 4 sixes. 4 sixes.
Oh, I know. I know.
But yeah.
But of course it was 6s. Right?
Yeah. Well, you know what's even funnier? You see what my first email account was.
Oh God.
So I'm not gonna say the full part of it because it's going to leak part of my name.
Right.
But my very first name, you know, my real name is Graham, and that's all you're getting. You're not getting my last name. But so my name started with a G. And then it had the first half of my last name in the email. So it had like G last, and then it had 666, 3 6s. 6 is my lucky number. I used it in almost everything.
This is what you call foreshadowing, folks.
Straight up, straight up. Because I made this account when I was like 8. Like I needed an email for stuff, so I made it when I was like 8 or 7 or something, and I didn't know what to put, so I put G last, and I was like, okay, well, like, what else do I want to put? So, you know, it's unique to me, and I know it. 666. And I remember specifically, I used to email my cousins, and my cousins sent me an email back, so that's an interesting choice of numbering. Never knew what they meant until, like, years later. And nowadays, I'm Satan on the internet. So I just need to preface that this is what foreshadowing is, people. I was 7, and I made a thing with 666 in it. And over a decade later, I became Satan on the internet. 12 years after I made that email, I became LuciKOH. Hi, Lucifer here. Good morning.
No, that would be Lucifer Morning. No, that's a different person. That's
no, Lucifer Morningstar is someone else. I'm Lucifer King. I'm Lucifer, the King of Hell. There is no. I was fucking with you. No, I know. I don't have Morningstar in my name. I'm just Lucifer. Hello.
But yeah, so that was 2012. 2013, I came to Florida for the first time because that was when my dad was down here. I didn't move down here yet. But my dad, more importantly, bought me a PS3. So I had one on my own.
There you go.
So, I had the only game. And funny story about buying this game. To every GameStop employee back in the day, all right? To every GameStop employee that would tell the mature warnings, I hope you all go to fucking hell.
Oh yeah,
because
fuck you all.
You know exactly what you were doing when I want you to know. I went up to the counter, put Black Ops on the counter, and he went, excuse me, ma'am. I just wanted to make sure you know that there is nudity, blood, gore, violence. Just went down every possible bad word, red alarm that you could say. He said it.
Like, I'm gonna be honest. I know it was part of the GameStop employees' jobs. You guys got paid minimum wage. Don't tell me you cared that much.
Just say it's M for mature. It's made for adults. And would you like your kid playing it? That's it, bro. Don't list it off by off, because I know some kids back in the day that would not be able to get the game if that happened.
No, I was one of those kids who couldn't. Like,
throw their game away.
I was one of those kids because I had an Xbox 360 that was like that I managed to get for like I think like $150 off of like eBay, or some shit. Like back when I was younger, and like it came with a couple games, and I was like, I want to get GTA on this thing. Parents took me to GameStop.
Nope.
They read down the whole list, and that was that. And it was an immediate no. And I managed to get it 4 months later on my own at a GameStop. Yeah. You know why? Because I look older than I am.
Let's go.
It's not a good thing.
Yeah,
Dude, I told you about what happened at TwitchCon.
Yeah, listen. All right. There's a certain thing about. I don't get why people think I look older, because they're like people in high school. I want you to know. I was a sophomore, and a freshman came up to me and said, "Hey, you look like a senior. Where's this and this?" And I'm like, because I'm going to show y'all real quick what I look like sophomore year. Yeah, look at that. It's not pretty, okay? Why does that look like an adult to you? Why? Why does that look like an 18 to 17-year-old right there?
Yeah,
right?
For context, this is also what I looked like sophomore year. Enjoy. But yeah, no. That's what we looked like in our sophomore years. And I definitely looked older than I was, because I got asked many times, like, how college was going. Don't know why I looked like an adult to some people, but why not?
I also decided to...
Actually, no, I know exactly why. I know exactly why we looked like adults. It's the trauma. It ages you.
It's the trauma.
I will say, no, like before my freshman year, there was a really traumatic event I had in my life my freshman year. But before my freshman year, I never really got confused as much. Like, I got the occasional, "Oh, how's like your first year of high school going?" I was like, I'm not. I'm in 7th grade, 8th grade. But I never really started getting confused for like being in college until like after that event. So I think the trauma literally does age you. I was a happy kid.
Yeah. But so once I got my own PlayStation 3, I started playing my own games on my own time, and I actually got a group of friends. I have no clue where I met, what exact game I met them on, but there's about three possibilities. All right. One of them is Roblox. Okay.
Grand Ops Roblox.
We all played that game back in the day. Okay. Robloxity back in the day was hitting. Nowadays, there is a lot of pedophiles. Please be careful.
Yeah, please. No, I used to play Roblox as well when that PC first got moved back into my room. I never met anybody from it, but yeah, no, there's pedophiles all over the place. You know what game I realized I just exist that I forgot about? Pop Tropica.
Yeah.
And Wizard 101. God damn, those were games.
Oh yeah. But I met these two guys that I primarily played games. This was the first group of friends that I had online, right? And actually, funny story. Someone beat you to meeting my first online friend ever.
Damn.
It was one of them.
Oh wait, you told me this at a basketball game.
it was a football game.
A football game.
So strangely enough, one of the people that I knew online lived in the area that I did. They lived in Orlando while I lived in Tampa. Now, if you're from Florida, you know that that's literally a hop, skip away. For other people, it's like an hour and a half.
Oh, that's nothing. Yeah, that's the distance from me to San Jose. Nothing. Yeah, that's the distance from me to San Jose. That's nothing.
I could get to Disney on a good day. I could get to Disney World in 45 minutes. So, like, you know.
Oh yeah, no, that drive is nothing.
Yeah. So
45 minutes is average for Americans.
It's just the traffic that's bad. Usually the highway's completely fucked because Orlando does not know how to manage traffic at all.
It's LA and Atlanta.
You know what they do to fix it?
More lanes.
Building construction.
Yep.
Have more construction. Yes.
It's the Florida version of LA and Atlanta.
Yeah. So I was at a preseason Tampa Bay Buccaneers game. Keep this in mind. A preseason. Who the fuck goes to preseason games? All right.
Nobody.
That's how much of a miracle this was. All right. I was sitting in. I was getting food, right? And I was literally texting him, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll be on later." I was texting him on Skype at the time because I had an iPod. I was connected to the Wi-Fi via the Raymond James Stadium.
Yep.
And I messaged him, and he was like, I was like, "Yeah, I'm at a football game right now. I'll be on later." And he was like, "Oh yeah, so am I." And I was like, "Oh, like a high school game?" And he was like, "No, an NFL game." I'm like, "Oh, you're at an NFL game too?" And he's like, "Yeah, which one are you at?" I'm a huge Browns fan. Guess who the Bucks were playing that day?
The Browns.
Yep.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, "Wait, where are you in the stadium?" I'm like, he's like, in the food section. And I'm like, more specifically. And he said a specific spot. And I just look.
And there he is.
I literally look. And he's standing right there texting me. And I'm like, dude, look about 45 degrees left. And he just looks up. I'm like, oh.
Look about 45 degrees left.
I want you to know it was the most awkward shit I have ever done in my entire life. Because to this point, we didn't even expect to meet each other. So, like, talking face to face was so foreign to us. And I'm like 13.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I want to say this right now. I feel like before, like, you know, really 2017 hit, I feel like meeting internet friends was so foreign to people, like, in the earlier days.
Yeah.
Like, it was almost never expected. Like, you know, before, like, 2016, 2015, when all these cons started becoming popular and, like, content creation was more centralized and everyone was making friends on the internet, I feel like no one really ever expected to meet. It was just people we played games with, and that was it. But it's like, I've built legitimate bonds. Like, there are people, like, Oof, for example, right here. Like, there are people I legitimately consider family. Like, Oof is a good example of that.
Yeah.
Like, there are legitimate people I would consider family on the internet now, and it's insane.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like,
and like the thing is, like, I just know, like, you know, Oof and I meet in real life. You know, it's gonna be weird for a second because we've like never seen each other IRL, but we're gonna take like 3 seconds to look at each other and be like, huh. And then nothing's gonna change. It's just gonna be the immediate just fuck it.
Yeah, but back then, that's a completely foreign idea to me. I'm like, who? This is like how you get kidnapped.
No, literally.
Like,
like.
But yeah, that's a time skip, by the way. So this is by the time I met him and by the time I got my PlayStation 3. This is about 2014, 13. Something like that, right? So now, let's see. Where did I get next? Okay, I got my PlayStation 4 after this. I was very lucky, and the PlayStation so happened to come out right around Christmas, right? But me being a wise guy, all right, I won't lie to you, okay? Whenever someone gives me a budget for a gift, okay, I use the amount of the budget, right? I'm going to optimize it as much as possible, right?
Yeah.
So what did I ask for? I didn't ask for the PlayStation 4. No. That was too simple. Too simple, Lucy. Too simple. Think bigger.
PC.
I asked for the limited edition with gold lettering text, Uncharted Legacy or Uncharted 4 edition.
There you go.
The blue one with the logo on it. The limited, yeah. I got that one. I had to go on a waiting list for 2 weeks.
Now that'll do it.
Yeah. But then I got that. My PlayStation 3 friends moved over for a very short time. Then it was kind of interesting. Kind of an interesting time in online friends. I kind of stopped having like online friends only at that point, where I would just kind of play with the people that I go to school with and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
There is only about I can't even remember names at this point. There's very few people that I actually would just like hop online and play games with.
That's fair.
Until I got my laptop, and that's when the Fire Nation attacked. Because I got my laptop for school. For God's sake, this was when I got to high school. All right, this is my freshman year. All right, my dad bought me a laptop. All right, this laptop was, and I didn't know it at the time, was not the best. You know, wasn't the best parts in the world.
It was functional.
It had a 1050 Ti. You know.
Okay.
So we're not going too high. We're not reaching those frames.
Yeah, not horrible, but not the best.
If you want to know exactly what my laptop looks like, ironically, you can look in the first MCU Spider-Man movie. Like not as in the Amazing Spider-Man, but the new Spider-Man series. The first one, Neville laptop. Neville. That is not his fucking name.
You just call him Neville. Ned?
Ned.
Oh, Spider-Man Homecoming is what he's talking about, by the way.
No. Not Homecoming. That's the second one.
Homecoming is not the second one.
Is it not the second
It's
one?
Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Like, so Homecoming is the first one. I only know that because I hated that one.
Yeah, so that Dell laptop that Ned has, yep, the one. That's my laptop right there.
There you go.
I noticed that like 6 years later.
Yes.
But yeah.
Also, before anybody goes in the comments gives me shit for not liking Homecoming, it was not that good. Don't at me.
I thought it was pretty cool.
No, I mean, it's like, it's not a bad movie. It's not a bad movie. It just wasn't nearly as good as as it was hyped up to be.
It's not as nearly as good as the other ones.
No, not even close.
No Way Home blows out of the water. I'm sorry.
No Way Home was a vibe. I fucking love that. Far From Home was also a vibe because Mysterio was such a badass.
Oh
yeah. We should do the next episode on like Marvel movies.
Marvel movies, a tier list. There we go. That's the next episode.
You wanna?
Marvel movies tier list. Yeah. Okay.
Bet.
All right. But yeah. Once I got my laptop, I don't remember how. Oh, that's right. One of my IRL friends had already been getting me into Destiny, right? So
there you go.
I started playing Destiny. This was Destiny 2 at the time. So I got Destiny 2 on PC and tried to play it. Now here's the thing. It's not that Destiny didn't run. It's that I also was interested in a streamer named Sunny Day. That sounds familiar.
Sounds very familiar.
Yeah, I wonder. So I hang on. Sorry. Real quick, Lucy. A memory just flashed in my head.
Yeah. Oh wait. Hold on. One random question.
Hey,
are you hearing that music? We're gonna get copyrighted.
Fuck.
Cool. I've muted the world volume. I'm sorry. I just noticed it.
God damn it.
I am so sorry to everybody who's been hearing that in the background.
Wait. No, we're stupid. We're recording on two different audios. We'll just use the other audio.
True.
Oh, God.
We didn't sync it.
Wait. Before we do that. Yeah. Let's do that now.
Let's do it at the end.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, we'll do it at the end.
Fair. I don't know. I'm back. Welcome back. Don't worry about that.
I'm not cutting that out. We're rolling with the problems. We're rolling with the problems. This is the type of stuff we do, boys.
ADHD.
Sunny day.
Sunny day. That's right. Flashback that I just had, Lucy. We met in her Twitch chat.
We did. I know we did.
I didn't know that. I didn't think about that. I thought we met. Well, we did. Afterwards, no, we met in Twitch chat.
I know we met there because I was making choices.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We had a sub war.
We don't mention we don't mention the subs. We don't mention the subs. For context, for those who are wondering,
I just want to up how many me and Lucy have gifted.
I can tell you exactly how many subs I've gifted in her chat.
Oh, that's right. You can't see it anymore. It's on my account. Ha.
Wait, what?
Remember? My account got hacked into, and they donate money to themselves.
Oh yeah, you lost your account. I still know the exact amount I've gifted in Sunny Day's channel, and it's an interesting number that I'm definitely getting called a simp for. And it wasn't even simping. I was just doing it because, like, I honest to God loved her streams. Like, it was not because I was simping.
It wasn't even. No.
Should I say the exact number? Yeah. Should I dox myself?
No, keep that a secret. No, keep that a secret. Save yourself.
Save myself from being called a simp. Let's just say it was not a low number. I'll tell you the exact number. Hold on. I'm cutting this whole part out. I'll tell you the exact number. You know what it was? What I finished on?
Welcome back.
We're back.
I'm traumatized now.
Okay, for context, I told him the amount of subs it was. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna ever say the amount of subs. I'm sure you all will find out one day. You know, when Sunny comes back to streaming, and I'm in her chat, my badge says the amount that I've gifted. So I'll definitely get yelled at for being a simp one day. Today is not that day. I can guarantee though, it was not because I was simping. Like at the time, I want to mention 2018, I was underage, so I was not simping. I was literally just I was genuinely doing it because like I enjoyed her streams. And I mean, I'm gonna say this right now. Like my community's has known me to gift a lot of subs. Like even when I raid streamers, sometimes I'll gift a couple subs and like sub myself. I'm just like a very like I don't. Okay, this is gonna sound egotistical, but I promise it's not. I just like to be a giving person. Like, you know, when I genuinely enjoy something, I like to be supportive of it.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, I did have a lot of friends egging me on during my sub gifting days in Sunny's channel, so that didn't help.
Yeah.
And I had sub wars to people, which also didn't help. So yeah, there's a hefty amount there.
Yeah, I remember the first sub war. That was fun. But that was the time it was popular. So that's what I tried to stream. And funnily enough, there is living footage of me playing Fortnite back then.
Oh God.
It does exist. I did record some of it. Is my voice in it? God, no, I saved myself.
I think I only have two. I have 2 Fortnite videos up on my channel at the moment. That's it. That's the only proof I've ever played the game.
I have a bunch of clips unlisted on my YouTube channel of just shit that I wanted to post. You know,
that's fair. I have
amazing kick shots, you know.
You know, I have a couple Fortnite things that prove that I ever played the game. One is a video I did with Sunny Day actually when I got into her games at some point during her streams. Another is a video I did with my old friend Gigi Safine, who is a cosplayer, although I don't believe she does it anymore. And then the only other proof is Twitch clips.
Oh yeah, of course. But yeah, at that point, streaming wasn't working. Just didn't work. So
yeah. I
waited until November is when I started streaming, and of that year. So November of 2018 is when I actually started going up, and I got really lucky because I met this guy. So I got affiliated in like 2 months. I won't lie to you.
Hello.
All right, I won't lie, I won't fib. I got the fast track. Okay.
I mean, I will say that like
very lucky for that.
I did have the affiliation crew that I used to call on my Discord, where I just had people that had an affiliation crew role, and I would just ping them and I'd be like, "Hey guys, streamers close to affiliate, rate them."
No,
no, I wish I was joking. That was borderline a gang. Like, if like it was basically the opposite of mugging. Like, we'd go in their stream and everyone would follow them and just fucking start spamming in chat. Not like actual spam, but like we'd all be like, "Yo, what's up? Yeah. You're getting affiliated, bitch." And that was it.
That's funny.
It was out there.
But yeah. I mean, there's not really much to tell after that.
I mean, hey, we just hit our hour mark.
The rest of it's on you. The rest of it's on Twitch somewhere.
Yeah.
I started streaming at this bozo. So
hell yeah. And I mean, I will say, going back and
I won't lie to you. I skipped a lot of shit because I had a lot of shit go on.
Oh, I skipped a lot of it too. Yeah. No, I highlighted the important parts.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff in like the 2017 to 2019 period that I could have mentioned, but I just didn't.
Yeah, me too.
And then the 2019 to 2020 period as well.
Sure. But I think this is a good way to end it off,
I think so, yeah.
I mean, natural closing.
Yeah. Like, shout out to all like the people that inspired us to start streaming, everything. Like, shout out to all like the friends we still have, the friends we lost. Then I mean, here's to new ones we'll gain along the way.
Very true.
Yeah, and I mean, shout out to like the content creators who inspired us as well. Namely, I mean, for me at least, Sunny Day for streaming. Like, Crafting Dead did, like as I mentioned earlier, it did snowball my life into content creation, but it snowballed my life into YouTube content creation. I would never have started streaming if it wasn't for Sunny. So
I didn't know what Twitch was until I watched Sunny.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's the person that introduced me to Twitch. So I mean, shout out to her. Like, if you guys don't follow her, I'd recommend like following. She doesn't stream at the moment, but has very entertaining tweets and everything. All around great person.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Don't be fucking creepy.
Yeah. I swear to God, I'll come after you.
We will hunt you down. All right, like I'm telling you this right now. Anyone's creepy, and I found out you're in my community, you're catching a fucking ban. Don't be a fucking. Don't be. Yeah, don't be fucking creepy. Be a respectful follower of hers. I think that's everything. Yeah, I mean, as usual, upvote the podcast, share it out. Like, please tell your friends about it. Like,
download
it as well. That's what it is. Download it.
Whatever it is. All right.
Yeah, no, like as I mentioned, I'm always very upfront with like how this stuff helps. It does help our analytics. It helps us reach out further with the podcast. We want to get more of an audience. We want to get more people into it all and everything. Give me 1 sec. I realized there was something we forgot to do.
No
audio. We did not get any questions on the questionnaire form. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, I have no audio right now. Yeah.
Okay, Oof has lost audio. Well, he figures that out, but yeah, like, honest to God, I always mention that, like, how it helps us, why. The reason we ask you to do it is because it really does help our analytics, and it helps us get the podcast out there to more people. And I mean, we're always taking suggestions, like, in the Q&A form, if you want to ask us questions about anything and also suggest stuff for the podcast, you can also send it to, like, our Twitter and stuff. I'm checking DMs there. We have a Discord server, which is in the description of the videos here and on all of our socials.
Yep.
Like, feel free to hop in, talk to us. Like, let us know what you want to see. Let us know if you want to see other creators on here. Like, I will personally reach out to people and see if I can get them interested in stuff. Like, fuck, I mean, you want to see Sunny on here?
Yeah,
no. That'd be funny.
That would be pretty funny.
But no, like, honest to God, like, if you guys want to see anybody on this, like, just let me know and I will do what I can. Like, I can't guarantee that I can get what you're asking me done, but I can guarantee you that if you want to see it, I will fight for you guys to see it. I can't guarantee it'll be something that I can accomplish, but I can guarantee that I will try my damn hardest for it. Oh yeah. So yeah, ask away. Let us know what you guys want to see. Like, please, anything you guys want to see. But yeah, download the podcast, share it out, tell your friends, all that good stuff. Upvote it, whatever it is, helps us out, helps out the analytics. And as always, I think that's all we got, right?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. One final thing. Happy Black History Month.
Yeah.
But yeah, as always, we hope you all enjoyed, and we'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace out, y'all.
Yeah.